Hey everyone. So, now you've gotten a taste of how New City Kids created an amazing academy that helped kids like me stay on top of our academics and to help us be reminded that each day we were loved and not forgotten. But each one of those kids in the video that you just saw, we all have unique stories. And I want to tell you mine. It's fine if I tell you mine? Can I tell you mine? All right. Cool. So, everything began in 4th grade. I saw these flyers going around, and I wanted to know what it was all about. And I pick up this flyer, and I'm just mesmerized. I see kids and teens on the stage and in the audience and singing and dancing. Everyone was having a good time. The part that really hooked me was that I saw kids my age that were playing instruments for everybody. And I just had never thought about that before. But even then, this vision, I don't want to be corny, but you could even say it was a life-changing moment. This passion swelled up inside me. I wanted to be a musician. So I was really excited. So I ran home. I begged my mom to let me go to this thing called New City Kids. And thankfully, she said yeah. And being at New City Kids was exactly as how I imagined. The kids, the teens, the instruments. So I got put in this piano class, and it was really fun. I started picking it up really quickly, and I believe they even took a little video of me once. Yeah, so that was me. And during this time, I met some really amazing teachers like Shone, PT, and Quavon. They all really helped me unlock my musical passion, and they allowed me to expand. And like soon enough, I was already playing songs just like how I imagined when I first saw the flyer. And yeah, everything was great until we get into the bad news. See, that was the good news. So this is the bad news. Typical day in middle school. I walk up to my friend after dismissal, and I'm like, hey, man, what are you going to do when you get home? And he says nothing. School is already tiring enough, and I just want to play video games. You down? And I can't lie, at first I was kind of shocked because I didn't realize that so many kids were just doing nothing. Regardless, I reflect a little bit. I think about how school was really draining at that point, and I just needed a break, you know? So, as you say, sure, I'll take this day off. Then the next day he comes to me, he's like, hey, you want to do more nothing with me? And I'm like, sure, I'll just take the week off. Then that became a month off. Then that became a year off. So for that entire year and a half, I just got sucked in. I was just playing video games, letting my grades drop tremendously. But there's good news again. Yes, God was planting seeds all around me. And at the time, I didn't know it was God, but he was planting these opportunities all around me, these little hints. Like, for example, sometimes I would just think about New City Kids, even for a split second. And sometimes my sister, Amaya, who had been working as a teen, she'd come home and she'd talk about her day, and she'd seem to be in a good mood. And even sometimes Mr. Mo and Miss Ellie, they would drive past me and talk to me and ask how I was doing, and that really put me in a better mood, and it made me feel like they really cared. Now, the big moment was that way back when I had actually won a piano from New City Kids, and I hadn't used it in such a long time that I literally had to undust it. Even though I just started playing around a little bit, you know, but more and more, that drive started to come back. The passion that I had so long ago, it came back to me. And I made the decision that I wanted to go back to New City Kids. That was where I needed to be. Yeah, so now I was a freshman, and I could try to be a teen instead of a kid this time. So I tried out for the job, and guess what? I got it. Yeah, and I started instantly learning about how to teach music to other kids. So I sat. I reflected once more, way back to fourth grade, seeing the flyer for the first time, looking up to the teens as a unit. And I realized that I've become that. I get to be on the stage right here and right now, playing music for all of you. And now that I'm teaching, I get to reach out to that kid that may have been just like me, just letting their grades drop and just doing nothing. More importantly, I've got to learn a lot about who God was. And I've also picked some leadership skills along the way. So, from that point, it's been great. And even though I have a bunch of things, like, don't get me wrong, I still have a long way to go as a person and a musician. But I do know that I'm in the right place and I'm on the right track. So, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you.